Hello, I'm Alan Girding, and this is Designer Diary, a peek into my own gaming diary. It's all part of the TuesdayNightGames.com effort to get you to buy all our shit. Today's actually the first of this series, at least the first that I'm recording. If you like what you see today, please check out TuesdayNightGames.com and see what you can get there. We got Mothership, the sci-fi horror role-playing game, 2 Rooms and a Boom, whole bunch of good stuff. But today, in the Designer Diary, we're learning how to design a violent encounter for your role-playing games. Creating a violent encounter successfully is so crucial, I can't emphasize it enough. If you have a bad violent encounter, it can leave everyone around the gaming table feeling somehow worse. I don't mean worse in that their characters are injured or bleeding, but feelings are just unenthusiastic. You can kill the momentum of a game and leave a sour taste in everyone's mouth, making them less likely to show up to your game the next week or whenever the hell you meet. So making sure you have a successful violent encounter has 5 main factors that you're going to want to keep in mind. These 5 factors use a system that I call the 5T system. The 5T system. TT, TTT. It's an alliteration, you see. It's a bit forced, but bear with me. Target, threat, timer, trick, and treat. Those are the 5 T's, and we'll get into them. Is this a totally original system by me? No, it is my system, but it is totally borrowed from a whole bunch of different sources. So let's go through each of these in detail. Again, the first T is target, just a fancy way of saying goal. The next is threat. This is arguably the simplest. What is your monster? Next is timer. You do not want your violent encounters taking forever. Gotta have a time limit. Next is trick or exploit. What's like the solution to beating this beast? And then there's treat, the reward for doing what you have done. 3 of these I stole straight from Dungeon Craft, a YouTube channel much like this. I wish it was like this. It's way better. It has Professor Dungeon Master in it, and he's amazing. So amazing, I'm gonna go ahead and draw a heart right here, because I love me some Professor Dungeon Master. I really can't recommend his channel enough. Check it out. He's a way better teacher than me, at least when it comes to role-playing games. So please, stop watching this. Just buy all of our shit and go watch some Professor Dungeon Craft. The ones he gave were the timer. You know what? I don't even remember which 3 he gave, but I know I stole 3 from him. I believe I added target, and I added the trick. Yes, those are the 2 I added. But let's go through these again. Target. This is your goal. You should always keep in mind what is the purpose of this violent encounter. Obviously, it's fun. That should be your goal. And it could be pretty ambiguous, increase tension, maybe reduce the heroes by a few hit points here or there. Maybe you want to punish one of the players, killing their character because they made a horrible decision. Or maybe you're trying to give your players some type of information. What is your main goal? Make sure you've got that in mind when you're doing this. The threat. This is the monster. It doesn't have to be a monster. If it's a violent encounter, it could be an environment. It could be a booby trap. It could be as generic as goblins. It could be some type of anti-hero. Maybe a tree that is ravenous for some fresh meat. Maybe it's an ex-boyfriend. Who knows? Timer. Make sure it doesn't take forever, please. This is what drives most people crazy and prevents them from coming back. You're playing this narrative storytelling game. You want your violent encounters to be no different. It should tell a fascinating, engaging story. So keep it short, 10 minutes maximum. Now, is it going to be short because the room's on fire and you only have so much time before everything's caught ablaze? Maybe it's a sinking ship and the water's rising and you either have to take care of this violent encounter or drown. Or maybe the monster's just gonna tear himself apart. Regardless, the encounter must end. And this leads beautifully into the trick. This is the exploit. The classic exploit is in Trolls with Dungeons and Dragons. This is their weakness to fire. But this is a way of rewarding players for using their mind rather than their brawn. So what you want to do is you want to make sure your players are fighting smarter instead of harder. And last but not least, you have the treat, the treasure, the reward. It could literally just be gold, it could be experience points, but that's weak sauce. What you really want in your treat is for them to somehow know more about themselves and the story at hand. And this is true not only in your role-playing games, but also in movies, plays, stories, narratives, etc. You should have really learned something from each of your violent encounters. And that's pretty much it. Those are the 5 T's. So always keep them in mind. And remember, please, subscribe or die. Click that like button. Share this video if you liked it. If you want more designer diaries, let me know. If you hated it, let me know that too. Would you like a video with more examples? Just leave a comment. Please, please, pretty please. In the meantime, have fun, take care, and thanks for joining me in this first adventure of my designer diary. I do hope to make more, and maybe my art will get better. My name's Alan Girding, by the way, so thanks again. Take care. Bye. Doodles. Violent encounters for the win. Damn, this song goes on forever. Jeez, trying to time this thing accordingly, and oh man, that's romantic. Look at that. Pan away.